The EU was warned that the consequences of a Brexit vote could be tremendous, as it may inspire more nations to leave the bloc. The former Prime Minister of the Czech Republic said, Brussels and its member states have been at loggerheads for weeks over the bloc's handling of the coronavirus vaccine rollout. Tensions rose after French President Emmanuel Macron was challenged when he described the AstraZeneca jab as quasi-ineffective. This, reports suggest, led anti-vaccine sentiment to grow throughout the bloc. It began a row over vaccine doses between AstraZeneca and the EU, after a shortfall in the number of jabs was reported earlier this year. The low number of vaccines available led the likes of the Czech Republic to plead with other countries for doses, as it struggled to roll out the jab to its citizens. The bitterness experienced with leaders inside the bloc, including the European Commission's President Ursula von der Leyen, who admitted the rollout had not gone as planned, has begun a new rise in Euroscepticism. This is particularly evident as the UK, which recently concluded its Brexit trade talks, has raced ahead in the vaccine rollout race, as it's free to gather its own jabs away from the EU. The Czechs had previously warned that in the event of Brexit, other nations could follow suit in demanding debates over whether countries wish to retain their EU membership. Prior to the vote in 2016, then Czech Prime Minister Bohuslav Sobotka detailed how the consequences of Brexit could really be tremendous. He added to news agency CTK that debates about leaving the EU could be expected in this country in a few years, too, if Britain left Brussels. This view was shared by Tomáš Průza, who at the time was Prague's State Secretary for EU Affairs. He argued that Brexit would make it politically much more acceptable for other countries to propose leaving the bloc, adding, so far in the Czech Republic this is proposed only by fringe parties with minimal public appeal, but if Brexit happens, it would be much more attractive to propose a Czexit for parties like Civic Democratic Party (odds) or for the Communists. If such an idea attracts a wider following, it entails a danger of returning us back into the Russian sphere of influence, which is against our national interests. But many will work hard to accomplish that. Polling in 2019 from Kantar found that in the Czech Republic 34% of people would vote leave if a Czexit vote, Prague's equivalent to Brexit, was held. It found 66% would vote remain, but the figures showed Prague had the highest anti-Brussels sentiment of all member states.